Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Metropolis, there lived a young man named Michael. He came from humble beginnings, raised in a small neighborhood, where dreams seemed to be just out of reach. However, Michael possessed a relentless determination and an unyielding spirit that set him apart from the rest. From a young age, Michael harbored the dream of becoming a successful businessman. He spent countless nights studying business strategies, reading inspiring stories of entrepreneurs who defied the odds, and honing his skills in various fields. Despite facing numerous challenges and setbacks, Michael never wavered in his pursuit of success. After years of hard work, Michael's dedication finally paid off. He founded his own company, a startup that quickly grew into a thriving enterprise. Michael became a respected figure in the business world, known for his innovative ideas and unwavering work ethic. His success was not only a testament to his hard work, but also an inspiration to others who dared to dream big. Amidst the hustle and bustle of his flourishing career, Michael's heart yearned for companionship. Fate, it seemed, had plans for him beyond the boardroom. One day, during a business conference, he crossed paths with a woman named Emily. She was a brilliant and charismatic professional in her own right, with a passion for social causes that mirrored Michael's values. Their connection was instant, a spark that ignited a flame neither could ignore. As they spent more time together, Michael and Emily discovered a shared love for adventure, a similar sense of humor, and a deep appreciation for each other's ambitions. It wasn't long before their professional collaboration blossomed into a personal one, and the two found themselves navigating the journey of life hand in hand. As the years passed, Michael and Emily's lives seemed like a storybook romance, filled with love, laughter, and shared dreams. However, life has a way of testing even the strongest bonds, and for Michael, an unforeseen chapter unfolded that would challenge the foundation of his marriage. One day, Michael discovered unsettling evidence pointing to Emily's infidelity with another man. Shock and disbelief gripped him as he grappled with the painful revelation. It felt like the solid ground on which their life was built had crumbled beneath him. In a haze of emotions, Michael confronted Emily, seeking answers to the questions that haunted him. The conversation was fraught with tension, tears, and painful admissions. Emily, too, struggled with remorse as the truth came to light. She confessed to her mistakes, acknowledging the cracks that had quietly formed in their relationship. The revelation shook Michael to his core, and he faced a crossroads in his life. The once unbreakable trust between him and Emily had been shattered, leaving behind a trail of heartache. In the midst of the emotional turmoil, Michael grappled with the decision of whether to salvage their marriage or to walk away from the pain that now tainted their once perfect union. Consumed by a desire for retribution, Michael channeled his pain and anger into a relentless pursuit of knowledge. He immersed himself in the study of psychology, delving into the intricacies of human behavior, motivations, and the dark realms of vengeance. His once focused business mind now became a weapon, sharpened by the quest for payback. Enrolling in psychology courses, attending seminars, and devouring every book on the subject, Michael sought to understand the intricacies of manipulation and psychological warfare. He wanted to unravel the secrets of revenge, to orchestrate a plan that would bring about the same pain and devastation he had experienced. As Michael delved deeper into the world of psychological tactics, he discovered a profound truth. Revenge, he realized, was a double-edged sword that could consume the avenger as much as the intended target. The more he learned, the more he questioned the path he had chosen. His studies in psychology began to serve a dual purpose, not only as a means of revenge, but also as a mirror reflecting the darkness within himself. During this tumultuous period, Michael's friends and family observed the change in him. Witnessing the toll of his pursuit of revenge was taking on his mental and emotional well-being. Concerned for his welfare, they intervened, urging him to reconsider his path. It was in the eyes of those who cared for him that Michael saw a reflection of the person he used to be, the ambitious, compassionate man who had overcome adversity to achieve success. Awakening to the reality of his own downward spiral, Michael faced a pivotal moment of self-discovery. The desire for revenge, while understandable, was consuming him, and he realized that the darkness he sought to inflict upon others threatened to swallow him whole. The darkness that had momentarily gripped Michael's soul now took an even more ominous turn. Consumed by a toxic mixture of anger, betrayal, and a desperate need for control, he succumbed to the temptation of voyeuristic revenge. Michael, in a misguided attempt to exert power over the situation, set up clandestine cameras within the confines of his own home. As the surveillance unfolded, Michael found himself ensnared in a web of torment, watching in painful detail the intimate moments between his wife, Emily, and the man who had shattered his trust. The very act that he believed would grant him a semblance of control only served to deepen the wounds that festered within him. The footage became a haunting reel of despair, playing out the intimate scenes that were never meant for his eyes. Michael oscillated between moments of seething rage and heart-wrenching sorrow as he subjected himself to this self-inflicted torture. The revenge he sought had become a distorted obsession, eclipsing any semblance of reason or humanity. Meanwhile, the once thriving marriage further unraveled. Emily, oblivious to the invasion of privacy, sensed the growing tension, but remained unaware of the sinister undercurrents fueling her husband's actions. The wedge between them widened, and the toxicity of Michael's revenge plan seeped into every aspect of their relationship. It wasn't long before Michael's clandestine activities were discovered. The revelation struck like a thunderbolt, shattering the remnants of trust that had survived the initial betrayal. Emily, now confronted with the invasive violation of her privacy, felt a mix of shock, anger, and betrayal. The sanctuary of their home had become a breeding ground for distrust, and the foundation of their marriage crumbled beneath the weight of mutual pain. In the throes of his vengeful descent, Michael's sanity teetered on the brink. Driven by a twisted sense of retribution, he concocted a plan that went beyond the bounds of reason and humanity. Consumed by a toxic cocktail of anger and despair, he became fixated on depriving his wife's lover of his manhood and sending Emily to a psychiatric clinic, convinced that this extreme measure would somehow restore the balance he felt had been disrupted. In the shadows, Michael meticulously laid out his vengeful plot, sourcing information, devising a plan that bordered on the criminal, and numbing himself to the ethical boundaries he was about to breach. The once prominent businessman had become a puppet to the darkest corners of his wounded soul. His pursuit of revenge unfolded with chilling precision. One night, he orchestrated a confrontation that would forever alter the lives of those involved. As Emily's lover fell victim to Michael's brutal act, the echoes of anguish reverberated through the cold silence of the room. What Michael believed would be a cathartic moment of retribution only served to plunge him deeper into the abyss of his own making. Simultaneously, Emily's world crumbled. The shock and horror of the events unleashed upon her shattered any remaining semblance of normalcy. The authorities were alerted, and the once thriving home now became a crime scene, forever marked by the irreversible damage inflicted by Michael's vengeful hand. In the wake of the tragedy, Emily, traumatized and broken, found herself committed to a psychiatric clinic, a consequence that Michael had deemed a fitting punishment. The walls of the clinic became her new reality, a place where the fragments of her sanity were delicately tended to by those who sought to repair the damage wrought by the storm of vengeance. The once vibrant city of Metropolis became a backdrop to a tale of tragedy and despair. Michael, now entangled in a web of legal consequences and moral decay, faced the stark reality of his choices. The revenge he had sought had not only extinguished the light within him, but had left a trail of destruction that touched the lives of everyone involved. In the end, Michael stood alone, a hollow shell of the man he once was. The pursuit of vengeance had cost him everything: his love, his sanity, and the very essence of his humanity. The city that had witnessed his rise now bore witness to his fall, a cautionary tale of the destructive power of revenge and the irreversible consequences it brings. The story of Michael, once filled with dreams of success and love, now stood as a grim reminder of the perils that lurk in the shadows of the human soul. In the aftermath of the devastating events that unfolded in Michael's life, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unexpected source: his remaining friends and a few compassionate souls who saw beyond the darkness that had consumed him. Rather than turning their backs on him, these individuals who had once distanced themselves from Michael recognized the brokenness within him and decided to extend a hand in support. Recognizing the severity of Michael's actions and the consequences he faced, a group of friends rallied together to provide emotional and practical support. Their intention was not to condone his deeds, but to offer a chance at redemption, acknowledging that the man they knew had been lost to the depths of his own despair. The community, too, played a crucial role in Michael's rehabilitation. Instead of casting him aside as a pariah, some individuals chose to see the potential for redemption within him. Community programs and outreach initiatives sought to integrate him back into society, emphasizing the importance of rebuilding trust and fostering empathy. As Michael underwent the process of rehabilitation, he discovered the transformative power of genuine remorse and the possibility of redemption. The path toward recovery was long, marked by setbacks and moments of doubt, but with the unwavering support of those who believed in his capacity for change, he gradually began to rebuild his life. As Michael walked the path of rehabilitation, surrounded by the warmth of genuine support, he found a renewed purpose, one that transcended the shadows of his past. The process of rebuilding trust, both within himself and in the eyes of others, became the cornerstone of his journey toward a new life, one marked by empathy, understanding, and a commitment to making amends for the pain he had caused. Despite the progress Michael made in rebuilding his life and the support he received from friends and the community, there remained a lingering void that resisted healing. The wounds inflicted by his wife's betrayal and the subsequent tragic events proved to be scars that ran too deep. Michael grappled with an internal struggle that rendered forgiveness an elusive prospect. While he found solace in the redemption he was working toward, the shattered trust and the profound emotional trauma endured in his marriage remained insurmountable obstacles. The thought of rebuilding a life with Emily proved to be an insurmountable challenge, as the specter of betrayal haunted their every interaction. The dream of starting a family, once an integral part of Michael's vision for the future, now seemed like an unattainable fantasy. The scars of the past cast a long shadow over the possibility of cultivating a healthy and trusting relationship, leaving Michael apprehensive about opening himself up to such vulnerability once again. In the quiet moments of reflection, Michael faced the painful truth that forgiveness, though granted to himself and sought from others, eluded the realm of his marriage. The idea of embracing a future with Emily became a reminder of the irreparable fractures that had forever altered the landscape of their relationship. As the seasons changed, so did Michael's perspective on love, family, and the paths not taken. He channeled his energy into endeavors that brought him personal fulfillment, exploring passions and pursuits that transcended the traditional notions of success. His friends and the community continued to stand by him, understanding that the scars he carried were not easily erased. In time, Michael learned to redefine happiness on his own terms, forging connections that were rooted in trust, understanding, and shared experiences. While the dream of a family of his own remained unfulfilled, he discovered a different kind of family in the bonds he formed with those who supported him through thick and thin.